KC Johnson was on the Give Me the Hot Sauce podcast. We're going to read a direct quote from that show where he said this. I know for a fact Bulls were involved in some pretty advanced trade talks with Ayo this past offseason that they could finalize. So they're thinking about this, whether or not they can get the right deal remains to be seen. Now, this is interesting because from KC Johnson himself, how I've played the clips on the show earlier in the offseason, KC Johnson said that the Bulls have turned down trade calls on Ayo Dosunmu and Kobe White for that matter. Now, for what it's worth, he did say at the end of this, I should emphasize that the Bulls love both Ayo and Kobe. Love them. They both fit what they're trying to do. They're extremely valued internally. Now, so when you pair all that together, what does that say? And I'm going to say this is not reporting. This is just my personal opinion on this. This to me says that the Bulls want to keep Ayo Dosunmu and Kobe White, but they're not against trading them if the right deal comes along. And I say this, I can't blame a front office for that, right? And especially when you look at now where we're like the Houston Rockets are, right? I think if you look at that, if the Houston Rockets do come calling with a great offer for Ayo Dosunmu, will the Bulls actually take that offer, right? That's the kind of situation that I think it would have to take. And even then, we've seen before when the Bulls do value a player, they hold that value pretty high. Many Bulls fans will remember when the Bulls, Zach LaVine and the New York Knicks came calling on Zach LaVine, reportedly offering multiple first-round picks that the Bulls ended up turning down. Now, the thing that made that bad is the Bulls then turned around and looked to trade Zach LaVine like 8 months later and never got an offer that good again. And that is where this lies in, right? Is that with that, would the Bulls now, are they more apt to take a great offer when they initially hear it because they know that they've missed out on great offers before by sitting on their hands? Or do the Bulls continue to hold the value because they see Ayo Dosunmu and Kobe White as a huge part of where they're going as a franchise and then hold on to those guys, right? There are a lot of teams in the NBA that listen and even get far along in trade talks just to see what they can get. It doesn't mean that, that they are looking to necessarily just move that player by any means necessary. It doesn't mean that that player just has to be traded according to that front office. It just means that, hey, let's see where these trade talks go. And then eventually they fizzle out because they don't get the value or whatever else that they want from it. So hearing that from KC Johnson just raised my ears a little bit and said, okay, now if teams come calling, keep in mind, Ayo Dosunmu, we know here with the Chicago Bulls that the point guard position wasn't necessarily the best position for Ayo while he's been here for the Chicago Bulls, right? When he moved to the wing, playing more shooting guard and small forward, he was a much better player. I think that kind of it brings out his best attributes. Now, the Houston Rockets could be in a little bit different of a mindset. Not only do they have tons of players, they're still trying to grow Amin Thompson as well as a ball handler as well and try to grow his facilitating. They have Reed Shepherd there.